Hello and welcome to your Astrology and Spirituality overview for Saturday the 12th of December. The Sun and Mars, which I flagged earlier this week, come into an exact trine. Remember, this can be very, very energizing. Also, the Moon in Scorpio, which gives us insight, passion, sensitivity, sometimes can make us a little anxious. Well, that's actually forging a really enabling sextile to Pluto. So if we have insights today around our emotional life and then we want to action them through the Sun and Mars, this is a wonderful combination to get going. Elisa, what cards have you chosen today?
Today we are using the Renaissance tarot cards. Love these. Ooh. There's already one popping out, so we're going to pull that. So the card that comes up here is the Five of Pentacles. Now, some of us will groan when we see this card, and it does look a little bit miserable. But what the Five of Pentacles is,
He looks all right. What's wrong with him?
Well, he's got his
It's a man with his buttocks showing.
Well, that looks mighty fine to me.
Well, why would he be miserable? Has he been on Naked Attraction? We have this programme in Britain of people get all their kit off and then people have to inspect them. They literally inspect them in minute detail. Can you do a twirl? Can you do a helicopter? I didn't even know what it was. And this man here is on Naked Attraction. So why is he looking a bit miserable?
Well, he's miserable because he's worried about his finances.
Is it because he feels his bum is a little... Does my bum look small in this?
It's cold because it's winter here and he needs covering up. But yeah, Five of Pentacles is when we have a few fears about our finances, and sometimes they can be rooted in reality and logic, but sometimes it's just that fear of lack that we can have at any point. Even Oprah Winfrey, she still says her biggest fear is lack of money, and she is minted, but it's the fear of losing that, because what money really represents is security.
Yeah.
So we could say on a human base level that the Five of Pentacles represents a fear of losing some kind of security. But what we have to do with this card is ask the question, is what I'm thinking and fearing true? Then
Based in reality.
Is it based in reality? If it isn't, we work forwards.
But of course,
changing.
With COVID, a lot of people have taken a massive hit to their finances.
So it could very well be based in reality. So it's not to say that these fears will come true when we get this card. It's more to say that we could have.
Perhaps he can't afford a pair of knickers. That's what he's really fearful about.
Maybe that's what it is. Going commando.
But seriously, being broke, being there, much of my childhood was, and
yeah,
I think we both have experienced poverty,
with that a lot,
real poverty, where there just isn't anything. There was no curtains, no carpets where we lived at one period of time because there just wasn't any money for them. So everyone
sticks with you. It really does stick with you.
Everybody could see into our inner world, which even now I find that's a real difficult one. So really being broke. It's not in your imagination, it's a reality. But what I would be saying is the power of the solar eclipse that's coming on Monday in the sign of Sagittarius. We're going to see lots of pushing back in all sorts of ways around new approaches, innovations, new medicines, better use of technology to track and trace when it comes to COVID. But it's not just COVID. They've just recently... in Oxford University, I think, finally come up with a malaria vaccine. Now, malaria will kill far more people than COVID. And because it's in the developing world, it doesn't get the attention that it should do. And that's actually something we should really be celebrating. So there's a classic example of where impoverishment could be changed, because if we get rid of malaria, make those people safe, get their water sources stronger and safer, then that's a very, very wonderful thing that can come even in an impoverished situation. All we need now is the drug companies to show the enlightenment and governments to distribute those medicines in a cheap and affordable way.
Yeah, because when there's such an imbalance like that in the world, if one group of people is either persecuted or not given a leg up, it affects us all.
Sure.
Because that means that any of us are vulnerable to that situation.
Absolutely.
So we've got to really start to think about evening that place.